Hey guys, it's Tamara, the Financially Savvy Chick. Welcome back. So I'm going to be going over an article titled Inflation, High Inflation, and Hyperinflation. So have you guys noticed lately when you go to the grocery store that prices have not come down? Though the Inflation Reduction Act was passed to help fight inflation, do you see how much more of an increase grocery prices are? And other products and goods and services. I mean, I saw a 50% increase on banquet turkey sausages that were initially priced in a Publix grocery store for $1.99. They are now $2.83. I was like, oh no ma'am, you're not about to get my money for this. I will sacrifice elsewhere. I wound up going to Aldi and just buying something from Aldi to substitute those turkey sausage things. It's going to come down to you making decisions like this when you go grocery shopping. Because I have to watch everything I spend. I just had a baby, I just returned to work recently. And so we have a lot of things on our plate that we're needing to take care of on our land, around our land, in our home, around our home, and so forth. So I don't mind being cheap, if you want to say. I say I'm being financially savvy. I'm being smart with my money. So the article is about inflation, high inflation, hyperinflation. High inflation means nothing to me just because it don't make sense that even is out there. To me, you got inflation and then you go to hyperinflation. I mean, how else do you describe that? I'm sure other financial experts would disagree with me, but this is their definition of inflation. Inflation is the sustained rise in prices of goods across the board. This definition conveys that inflation means that an increase in prices of goods is not just a one-off, but permanently. Some good prices go up, but all. Okay? Now, the article is pretty much explaining how inflation works, high inflation and hyperinflation, right? So in the article, it says, according to this theory, sharply rising energy prices lead to inflation, which is referred to as cost push inflation. Or inflation is caused by excess demand. The demand for goods exceeds the supply, causing prices to rise. I'm going to read that again. Inflation is caused by excess demand. The demand for goods exceeds the supply, causing prices to rise. Now, an economy without money, there will simply be no inflation, because inflation has to do with money. But we know right now money is always going to be in play until it crashes. And once it crashes, which I'm sure that's the intent of those that's running the country and the world right now, so to speak. I'm sure that's their intentions, because the Bank of America CEOs and other, even the UN asked the Feds to hold off on these rate hikes because they see the inevitable. They see that it's going to push this country to a recession and possibly a depression. And so they're asking them to hold off on this, but they're not going to do. I think they will. I think they're going to probably give in, because something's going on behind the scenes that you and I don't know about. And what goes on in the dark will be revealed in the light, as the Bible says. So, but we know that inflation means the loss of purchasing power of money. When there is inflation, you get fewer and fewer goods in exchange for your money. In today's unbacked paper money system, the fiat money system, inflation is chronic, so to speak. They've been doing this so long that central banks don't preserve the purchasing power of money over time. They deliberately reduce it. They're like currency destroyers. An inflation of 2% may seem small But over time, when you think about it, it leads to a considerable reduction in purchasing power of money. For example, inflation rate of 2% per year. The loss of purchasing power of money is 9% after 5 years and 18% after 10 years. And it just keeps increasing and increasing as time goes on. So we know that there's no single definition for that. But it makes sense to speak of high inflation when good prices increase by 5, 10, or 15% a year. I disagree with that, because inflation is when prices increase and they stagger. They stay at a specific price point. Hyperinflation is when it keeps going up and going up and going up. That's why I say I don't agree with the term high inflation. I think they trying to build some kind of a medium. I don't know if they're trying to be fair in this article or what, but call it for what it is. You got inflation and then hyperinflation. So hyperinflation kicks in when the state central bank can put an increase in the amount of fiat money at any time and by any amount. When this happens, the currency history painfully shows when the state is at war or when it's over indebted, that it sees no other way of financing its spending than to literally have its central bank print new money. And that's what's going on. Hyperinflation is usually triggered for political reasons. They're printing money because of careless, reckless spending. I mean, we're sending $1.5 billion every month to Ukraine as we speak, the U.S. taxpayers. Did you agree to that? Because I sure didn't. People see the scam and they realize they've been tricked by surprise inflation. And as a result, they adjust their wage, rental, and loan contracts by renegotiating them based on high inflation expectations. This is why people who rent apartments or rent homes right now are seeing an increase in their rental prices. Everybody, every company, every corporation, every business is having to adjust their prices to keep up with inflation, which is it's eating up, a lot of your money. It's really hard to keep your money right now. To be honest, keep as little money as possible. It's best to reallocate amounts of money you do not need for current payments, such as time and saving deposits, and put them into physical silver and gold. That's what you can do. I'm not going to give advice about the stock market because I just wouldn't take that risk. But my advice to you is not to trust the official currencies of the US dollar, the euro, and so forth. Adopt a working hypothesis that the purchasing power of the official currencies will be drastically debased, some even becoming a total loss. You got to look at it for what it is. Hyperinflation is here. It's here. It's not going away. You're going to have to manage your finances to the T. You're going to have to watch everything you spend, what you buy, cut back on subscriptions. Even if you cut back on subscriptions, you're probably not going to save money because it's getting eaten up by gas and groceries. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Thank you.